We first met Owen Russell back in April.
It feels terrible.
When the single dad and his 17-year-old daughter had just moved into a Jensen Beach church after months of church hopping and couch surfing. 8 months later.
Have you gotten out of that church? Do you have your own place?
No, not as yet.
So you're still homeless?
Yes, ma'am.
Russell, a full-time driver for non-emergency patients, is among Florida's working class and first-time homeless, victims of a statewide housing crisis fueled by soaring rents, overpriced homes, and stagnant wages.
I was able to support me and my daughter, and then all of a sudden my income was not good anymore.
But after more than a year of living homeless, Owen, a Florida boy born and raised here, is ready to pack up one last time and leave, trading pricey Florida for a small, more affordable town in Georgia.
I'm actually in the process of trying to buy a house where my mortgage payment will be $600 a month. Here I am, almost 50 years old, and I have to restart my whole entire life again.
He's doing everything right. He used to be able to afford to live here on that same single income, and now he cannot.
Madeline Bazone Greenwood leads Family Promises in Martin County, an advocacy group that helps families, including Owen's. In the 8 months since we last interviewed her, she says the calls for help are up.
The phones will ring constantly, and not just from our own county. We have people calling us from as far as Miami up to Orlando.
But while her county, like many in Florida, have announced plans to build new affordable housing units, her organization is working to create short-term solutions of their own, building tiny homes on church land, buying apartment units they can lease to families. Nothing, she says, is off the table.
We're all just figuring this out together, and it's just a big mess. It's such a big mess.
Come on now.
Across the state in St. Petersburg, new families are experiencing homelessness. Including Ty Ortiz, a single father of 4, who moved his young family into a Family Promises shelter after being evicted from his rental.
Christmas time.
Then losing his $50,000 a year job, he says, when he couldn't afford daycare for his youngest.
Right now, I am doing Uber while they're in school, and then overnight when I'm able to, and have someone to watch them. That's pretty much all I can do right now until we get a referral for daycare.
While St. Petersburg has been lauded as one of several Florida cities aggressively tackling the affordable housing crisis, with federal housing help dried up, Florida's Housing Coalition believes local governments need to take a closer look at rezoning, turning single-family neighborhoods into multifamily. Community land trusts, where government owns the land a home is built on, is also likely to become more widespread as affordable housing remains a statewide crisis.
Do you think that we've experienced the full consequences of this crisis?
I don't know. I guess that's yet to be seen. I'd say right now things are pretty dire for a lot of individuals and families.
Is it done?
Yeah.
We met 2 of them.
Just doesn't make sense for the normal person to struggle to live here.
And while Florida lawmakers failed to make a dent in the affordable housing crisis last session, several have said affordable housing is now their #1 priority this session, which begins in the spring. I'm Katie LaGrone reporting.